Barkley can squat over 600 pounds, and he has tree trunks for legs, with each of his quads measuring over 28 inches around.
What? Who the hell is that? Look at him.
Tree trunks for legs.
That is
with
insane.
Each of his quads measuring over...
Man, look at him, bro. This guy looks like freaking Hulk. Like, what? That's crazy.
And biggest freak of nature in the NFL. I've got a few athletes who I think will definitely be on it, but I'd like to hear from Abs since he has no knowledge of NFL. So let's see what he's got to say.
I've actually got two players in mind, you know.
Okay, let us know.
I'm thinking of Bo Jackson.
Correct.
And Bo Jackson was insane. This guy played freaking NFL and baseball. You know, that alone makes him a freak of nature.
Okay.
You know, and also this is a guy that we literally reacted to not too long ago. I believe his name is Calvin Johnson or Megatron.
Yes, good memory.
Yeah, so those are the two players I can think of that.
No, Tyreek Hill. Do you know who that is?
Nah.
So he's one of the fastest players, if not fastest ever NFL player. He can run like he ran 10-1 in 100 meters. And he used to run track before he became pro, but yeah, he's been saying he wants to race no allows, and if he trained in track, he'd be all right. And we've got DK Metcalf. Other than that,
what's the other guy's name?
I'm not gonna lie and say I don't know.
No, what's the other guy's name that we've reacted to him before?
Not Deion Sanders, but he's not really a freak of nature.
Why are you saying that? What is a freak of nature?
Freak of nature is.
In your definition,
he could just do multiple things very well, very high. A freak of nature is just like you're just the fastest ever, you're the strongest ever, you can jump the highest, you can hit people the hardest.
Somebody like an athlete that's got superhuman abilities.
Superhuman abilities. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let us know in the comments, man. What players you guys think are freaks of nature. Let us know in the comments and the reason why. Sub to our Patreon, man, for music reactions. We've started to do college football reactions as well. So get on there. We're gonna drop lots of NFL college football content on there. Link in the description. Enough talking. Let's dive in there.
The NFL has always been a showcase for athletic greatness, but these players take it to a level that feels unreal. From players with Olympic-level speed to world-class strongmen calibers of strength, these are the biggest freaks of nature in the NFL right now. And no one embodies that more than Derrick Henry. Standing at 6'3", 247 pounds, with legs like tree trunks and arms like a heavyweight boxer, Derrick Henry isn't just big for a running back. He's big for a linebacker. Most guys built like that play on the defensive line, but not Henry. He's used his unique blend of size and strength to become one of the best power backs in NFL history. But he's so much more than a traditional bulldozing back that just runs between the tackles. Henry also has the speed to break runs to the outside and leave cornerbacks in the dust. Since 2018, only Tyreek Hill has reached 20-plus.
Yeah, Mike, you spoke about him just a few seconds ago, right?
Yeah.
What team did he play for, Tyreek Hill?
It was Dolphins, Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
Correct me. Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, guys.
Okay.
Miles per hour more as a ball carrier than Derrick Henry. And only Adrian Peterson and Chris Johnson have more 80-plus yard touchdown runs in their career than the King, proving that he's a threat to take it the distance every play. And we haven't even mentioned the best weapon in his arsenal, because Henry also possesses the greatest stiff arm the NFL has ever seen, with the reach and power to fend off defenders or just launch them into the dirt. But his freakish athleticism didn't come out of nowhere. It's been there since high school, where he became the greatest high school running back in history. At Yulee High School in Florida, he posted 12,124 career rushing yards, including 4,261 yards in his senior season alone. Then, when he got to Alabama, he bulldozed his way to 2,219 yards and 28 touchdowns as a junior, winning the Heisman Trophy. Now, he's brought that same unstoppable force to Baltimore. In his very first season season with the Ravens, Henry rewrote the franchise record books. In Week 4, he ripped off an 87-yard touchdown run, the longest in team history. A few weeks later, he crossed both 10,000 career rushing yards and his 100th career touchdown in the same game, becoming just the 5th player in NFL history to reach those milestones. By the end of the year, he had 1,921 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns, and led the league with a ridiculous 5.9 yards per carry, all at age 30. Defenders
5.9 yards per carry. So every time he gets the ball, that's the average distance, right? He covers. I'm guessing. That's insane.
know what's coming. They've seen it for years now. The problem is, it doesn't matter. His 247-pound frame wears him down in the first half, and by the fourth quarter, tackling Derrick Henry becomes less like a football play and more like trying to stop a runaway freight train. But there is one man even more shredded than Henry, and that's DK Metcalf, a man who looks like he's literally carved out of granite.
Look at him, bro.
Bro, he's a beast. And you know what's so mad about DK? His diet is trash. All he eats is sweets, bro. He's a freak, bro.
He's got the genetics in it. That's a
bro,
thing.
If he ate, I don't know. People say if he ate properly, he'd be a better athlete. But I don't know, man. He's just a freak. So let us know if you think he ate a great diet. Would he be a better athlete?
How do you know his diet is not good?
Go search out, bro. He tells it all the time.
Do you keep tracking that? Maybe he's lying, man. So you know, some of these athletes be lying, bro. How they actually live their real life.
He's been saying it so much, I don't even think he's capping, bro.
Nah, because fam, to play at such a high level, your diet needs to be at least decent, bro.
His diet is just sweets and water, bro.
Nah, that's not true, man. Come on, let's keep.
Bro, go check it out, fam.
There's no way you're eating sweets. And
even sat on an interview with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was like, bro, if you just took your diet seriously, you'd be one of the greatest ever. He's like, it works for me.
But definitely doesn't move like he's made of stone. At 6'4" and 235 pounds, Metcalf looks like he was built in a lab. So much so that at the NFL Combine, his body fat percentage was mistakenly reported to be 1.6%, which is humanly impossible. And for someone DK's size, he should not be as fast as he is. He clocked in a
1.6%. So you're telling me almost 100% of his body is muscles. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right.
What do you think his body fat is? Probably like 8%, 10%?
Yeah, I think the average is about 10, 15%, something like that.
Average?
No, for athletes, right?
For athletes, yeah.
I'm not talking about the average human.
I thought you average human.
No, like for athletes, probably going to be about 10
to 15, yeah. Mo Salah's is very low as well.
And Cristiano Ronaldo.
Hella low.
These guys, just like some of these NFL players. Man.
He loves his body.
40-yard dash of 4.33. He's reached over 22 miles per hour as a ball carrier, and he's even put his wheels to the test on the track, running a 10.37 in the 100 meters against professional sprinters in 2021. But no movement shows off his speed better than the chase down. Buda Baker had nothing but green grass ahead of him after picking off Russell Wilson, but out of the corner of the frame came Metcalf, 40 pounds heavier, 4 yards behind, and closing in like a heat-seeking missile. Caught Baker from behind, saving a touchdown and cementing one of the most iconic hustle plays in NFL history. However, the freak factor doesn't just stop with speed. Metcalf bullies defenders at the line of scrimmage, boxes out smaller corners, and high points the football with hands strong enough to rip it away from anyone brave enough to contest him. In 2020, he broke Steve Largent's long-standing Seahawks franchise record for single-season receiving yards with 1,303 yards, and he's had 2 games with over 160 yards. And you might think that someone like that would have a crazy strict diet, right? Wrong.
Candy type person.
What?
I eat 1 meal a day, drink 1 coffee, and eat like 3-4 bags of candy.
Now in Pittsburgh,
the 1 meal, they're like, it's probably some healthy stuff though, right? That 1 meal. Because, you could say 1 meal, but like that 1 meal could be like, for the average person, that 1 meal could be 3 meals.
Bro, that candy that he eats, bro, would do in my belly, fam. I can't lie to you. I don't know how he does that.
And also, like with candy is not really bad. It's just it's all about the amount, bro. It's about getting the balance right. You can still eat candy and be okay as long as you're burning it off with exercise, and you've got the genetics for that as well.
Metcalf brings his rare blend of size, speed, and pure intimidation to a division it feels like he was born to play in, the AFC North. And the Steelers locked him up with a 5-year, $150 million deal. Because when you got a freak of nature like DK, you pay him. That is, unless you're Jerry Jones, because despite Micah Parsons racking up 52.5 sacks in just 4 seasons and joining Reggie White as one of only 2 players with 12-plus sacks in each of his first 4 years, Jerry Jones decided to move on from Micah. His 4.39 40-yard dash would be elite for a running back or receiver, but Parsons carries nearly 250 pounds of muscle while doing it. His 10-yard split at 1.59 seconds is so explosive that by the time the offensive tackle gets out of his break, Parsons is already halfway into the backfield. But what really makes Micah Parsons a nightmare is how complete his game is. The Cowboys didn't keep him in one spot. They lined him up all over the defensive line. He played off-ball linebacker. He even dropped into coverage. He can run stride for stride with tight ends, shadow slot receivers, or knife through the line to blow up a play before it develops. In his rookie year, he wasn't even supposed to be a full-time pass rusher until Dexter Lawrence got injured and the Cowboys unleashed him on the edge. The result? 13 sacks, 84 tackles, and 3 forced fumbles in year 1, earning him unanimous Defensive Rookie of the Year honors and a first-team All-Pro selection. The Green Bay Packers didn't hesitate when they heard Micah was available, trading for him, then making him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history with a 4-year, $186 million deal.
That's mad.
That's just how special a player Parsons is, already making the Packers' defense one of the best units in the league. Josh Allen has that same effect on offense, playing the quarterback position in a way we've flat out never seen before. Never before has one of the game's most athletic quarterbacks also been one of the best passers in the league. Normally, you get one or the other. But Josh Allen is like this unique blend of Cam Newton's size and power combined with Brett Favre's arm talent and fearlessness. Allen likely has the strongest arm in the entire league and can casually flick a football 60 yards without even planting his feet. That's why safety.
Look at that, bro. He's making it look so easy, fam. What the hell?
And can casually flick a football 60 yards without even planting his feet. That's why safeties
I think the technique is more important than your actual strength, right?
Yeah,
it's all about the technique, bro.
Have you ever thrown one before?
I have. Fam, these NFL balls are very heavy, you know.
Yeah, it's not easy, but they make it look like it's a tennis ball, bro.
Yeah, heavy as hell, you know.
Gotta have good wrist and your hand. Does your hand need to be big or is it just all technique?
I think probably a combination of both, to be honest. You know, having a.
But when you've been doing it since a kid, it's just muscle memory, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
To play so deep against him. A split-second mistake, and he's dropping a bomb over their heads. But Allen's real freak of nature status shows up when things break down. Once he breaks the pocket, he's an absolute nightmare. Most quarterbacks will throw the ball away, slide, or step out of bounds. But Allen, he's never seen a play he didn't think he could keep alive. And when he decides to take off and run, he hunts for contact. He's hurdled defenders like a track star, trucked cornerbacks in the next week, and stiff-armed linebackers so hard they question their career choices. That's how you get things like 65 career rushing touchdowns and 15 rushing TDs in a single season, tying the all-time quarterback record. Defensive linemen wrap him up, and somehow he's still falling forward for 4 extra yards. The Bills design run plays for him like he's a power back, and it works because defenders have to both respect his legs and the fact that he can pull up and sling a dart 40 yards mid-sprint. And while he's smashing through people on the ground, he's still one of the league's most dangerous passers. He's the only QB in NFL history with 5 straight seasons of 35-plus combined passing and rushing TDs. He's also had games with 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns, something no one else has done since the AFL-NFL merger. Allen makes defenders respect both his legs and arm. Meanwhile, Xavier Worthy makes them respect only one thing, pure speed. At the 2024 NFL Combine.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to this guy?
Nope. What happened?
So he had an investigator investigate his girlfriend, and he found out she was cheating. I think she was cheating in his own place or something. So anyway, he kicked her out, and then she pulled out his dreads, smashed out all of his equipment, maybe like 10K worth of damages. The police came to the house and they arrested him.
They arrested him.
Yeah. And if he didn't have CCTV, he would be in trouble, bro.
She probably lied to the police saying that, you know, it was domestic violence and stuff like that.
And the crazy part is she's a professional track athlete, right?
What's her name?
Her name's Tia Jones. She's a very good athlete. She was an American record holder in the 60 meters. But if it wasn't for she kept her Adidas deal and her life continued. But if this was a guy that hit a woman, his whole career would be over. So the double standards is crazy, man, in life. But what can we say, man? Just a little story for this.
Yeah, that's why, as an athlete, man, when you're making millions of dollars, you gotta be careful with the type of females you're dating, innit?
Nah, he proposed to her and everything. I think they almost got married. It was proper serious. Like, it's really sad
mad.
story.
So she actually cheated as well, and she's acting like the victim. It's crazy.
Tough.
Xavier Worthy made a name for himself with a 4.21 40-yard dash, the fastest time in NFL history. Standing at 5'11 and weighing 165 pounds, Worthy doesn't have the physical stature of most of the players on this list. But there's one thing you just can't teach, and that's speed. Worthy is built like a sprinter, and he moves like one too. Every stride is pure acceleration. We've watched Worthy blow past players who already had the sideline advantage, turning what should be a safe tackle into a highlight reel touchdown. On his first NFL touch, Worthy scored a 21-yard touchdown against the Ravens. He followed it up with another 35-yard TD that same game. But here's the scary part. Worthy isn't just a go route.
Like, these type of players, these type of builds are the hardest to defend against, bro. Because they're going to be very agile. They're going to be very quick. You know, they're very difficult. So he's probably a nightmare for most defenders.
Nightmare.
Merchant. In Kansas City's offense, he's become a Swiss Army knife for Patrick Mahomes. Screens, jet sweeps, crossers, motion plays designed to get him in space. Even short slants become dangerous because once he gets the ball in his hands, the play's just getting started. In the NFL, speed kills, and nobody is faster than Xavier Worthy. Now, if you were to take Xavier Worthy's weight, double it and add maybe 12 more pounds, you'd get another monster. Dexter Sexy Dexy Lawrence. He's 6'4", 342 pounds with nearly 35-inch arms that hit like battering rams. The New York Giants saw him as a foundational piece, taking him 17th overall in 2019. And from day one, he was a starter. But 2022 was his real breakout, with 7.5 sacks, 68 tackles, and a first-team All-Pro nod. Then, in 2023, he tied the NFL record for most pressures in a single game by an interior defender, with 15. And in 2024, before a season-ending injury in Week 12, he had already posted a career-high 9 sacks in just 12 games, earning his third straight Pro Bowl selection. Never before have we seen...
Fam, does this guy go gym? Like... listen, like, he's clearly doing his job, but like, if he goes to the gym like consistently and work on his belly and that,
No, but he needs the weight though for the position, I feel like.
Yeah, but you don't need this weight though, right? On the stomach, like you don't need all this belly fat. It's not needed. All you need is like your arms, your legs, your upper body area. But hair, there's no need to have fat there. There's no need. Like, no offense to this guy, but like,
you think?
Yeah, man, he should trim down a little bit.
He should pattern that, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's limiting his potential, bro. He could be way more athletic if he loses that belly fat.
It's true.
A defensive tackle take other 300-pound grown men and drive them straight back into their quarterback's lap like it's nothing. But for all his power, Lawrence's speed is absurd. His short area quickness is unmatched for a man over 340 pounds. He explodes out of his stance, gets leverage, and drives O-linemen backwards before they can even blink. But he's also effective in the passing game, closing down screens and chasing running backs in the flat like a defensive end. Imagine a dump truck drifting through a tight turn. Except the dump truck can bench press you 36 times without breaking a sweat. Run or pass, Dexter Lawrence can wreck it all. But when it comes to doing both at once, there's only one man who steals the show.
You know what that is? Come on, man, that's him.
He's him.
Stop it.
Before Lamar Jackson ever touched an NFL field, he had to fight a battle that most first-round quarterbacks never.
Yeah,
I didn't know this video was going to be all modern NFL players. I thought there'd be a lot more. So there's good. I guess there's not going to be no Bo Jackson and stuff like that.
Came out a few months ago, so yeah, it's going to have modern players.
But yeah, I would have said someone like Lamar Jackson. He's a freak of nature. But yeah, man.
Face, convincing teams that he was actually a quarterback. Multiple NFL teams requested that Jackson work out as a wide receiver at the 2018 Combine. despite the fact that in 3 years at Louisville, he caught a grand total of 0 passes for 0 yards. What he did do was rack up over 9,000 passing yards, 69 touchdowns through the air, plus 4,132 rushing yards and 50 rushing scores, making him one of the most electric dual-threat quarterbacks college football had ever seen. But skeptics like former Colts GM Bill Polian argued his size, unpolished mechanics, and unconventional style meant he'd be better off changing his position to receiver. However, 2 people believed in him. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid and Ravens GM Ozzie Newsome, who said, "On our board, he's a quarterback." And he wasn't just saying that, because with the 32nd pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Ravens traded up to select Lamar Jackson, giving a chance to a player who would go on to become the greatest dual-threat quarterback the NFL has ever seen. In 2019, his second...
What does that mean? Dual
threat, where he's literally, he's a freak of nature. He can run it in and then he can pass it. Yeah.
You sure, Mike? You sure?
He can do. Back me up in the chat, guys. This guy loves questioning my knowledge.
They will let us know.
Season in the NFL, Lamar put together one of the greatest seasons in history, throwing for 3,127 yards, 36 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions, while rushing for 1,206 yards, the most in NFL history by a QB, and 7 more scores. He became the unanimous MVP, joining Tom Brady as the only player ever to win the award and receive every vote. But what really sets Lamar apart is how casual he makes the impossible look. He's one of the most elusive players in the entire league, regardless of position. And Davante Adams even called him the best ball carrier ever.
Dude changed the game. He's the best, in my opinion, best ball carrier ever.
He spins and cuts like he's walking on air. When it seems like he's running at half speed, still nobody can catch him. Lamar never ran an official 40-yard dash, so it's hard to say how fast he actually is. But at Louisville in 2017, he clocked a 4.34 at Pro Day. Then when you watch him, it's safe to say he has every bit of that speed. And really, his ability with the ball in his hands is only half the story. Because over time in the NFL, Jackson developed into an elite passer.
I've got a question for you, Mike. What's the number one ability that you think an NFL player should have? The number one most important ability for an NFL player?
Every position is different, so that's a very vague question, bro.
A vague question. No, but there's one. There's one ability, though, right? There's one ability that is very important amongst every NFL player or any college football player. One ability that's universal.
Strength, bro.
Strength. Yeah, but one of those players, Xavier, apparently he's not very strong.
No, but he's so quick, no one can touch him anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
Like in 2023, when he threw for 3...
Pause it. Xavier's the fastest NFL player ever, you know that?
Yeah, but I'm talking about, you said strength, but he's not.
I'm saying overall, true say. It's too vague, but yeah. It's not a bad question, though.
I mean, it requires a lot of thinking, though.
that we don't have, unfortunately.
1,678 yards and 24 touchdowns, and just 7 interceptions, leading to his second MVP award. Then in 2024, he threw for 4,172 yards and 41 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions, all while also breaking Michael Vick's record for the most career rushing yards by a quarterback in the same season. Teams are so scared of what he can do on the ground that they forget that he'll also torch you through the air. But while Lamar's electricity leaves defenders dizzy, Penei Sewell's presence leaves them flattened. At first glance, Sewell looks like every defensive end's nightmare. Well, he is. He stands at 6'5", 335 pounds, and he may be the strongest player in the entire NFL. But the part that makes him truly terrifying isn't just the mass, it's how he moves. Sewell's footwork is what separates him from almost every other lineman in the league. Speed rushers come screaming off the edge thinking they can catch him flat-footed, but he mirrors them like a shadow. When defenders switch to power, it's even worse. They slam into him like they've just run into reinforced concrete, only to get driven backwards. But what makes him rare is his ability to dominate in space. On screens and outside runs, Sewell pulls up from his spot, turns the corner, and suddenly a 335-pound athlete is sprinting full speed. And when he gets his hands on someone in the open field, the play usually ends with a defender pancaked into the turf. In 2024, against Chicago, he even showed off his athleticism when Detroit ran a trick play in which they handed the ball off to him. It wasn't exactly very successful, but Sewell got in a stiff arm before being pushed out of bounds because the Bears couldn't tackle him. The Lions recently rewarded him with a 4-year, $112 million extension, making him the highest-paid offensive lineman in NFL history. And for good reason, because in Detroit, Sewell has become the cornerstone of one of the NFL's nastiest offensive lines. And playing behind a good offensive line can make a world of difference, something Saquon Barkley got to experience firsthand last season. Because when you watch Saquon, it's obvious just how much of a freak of nature he really is. Barkley can squat over 600 pounds, and he has tree trunks for legs, with each of his quads measuring over 28 inches around.
What? Who the hell is that? Look at him.
Tree trunks for legs.
That is
with
insane.
each of his quads measuring over.
Man, look at him, bro. This guy looks like freaking Hulk. Like what? That's crazy. You see, this is why Americans, they say NFL is unmatched when it comes to physicality, bro.
Physicality. You know, he won the Super Bowl just now.
This guy.
Yeah, his team.
Oh, okay. Wow. You know, because these guys are like big, powerful, and quick at the same time. With rugby, like, they're just big in it. Like, they're not particularly fast or like very athletic.
What? There's some fast rugby players. Are you mad?
No. You're not getting the point. With NFL, the pool of athleticism is far greater compared to, like, you know, rugby. Rugby, yes, you're gonna have some players that are very athletic and quick and strong, but compared to the NFL, it's not on the same level, bro.
No, I hear you. You're right.
28 inches around, but the craziest part is how he uses them. One cut and he's already at full speed, blowing past linebackers who never even had a chance to square up. And on the rare occasion that a defender is able to get in front of him, his ability to juke at full speed makes him nearly impossible to tackle in the open field. It's a full team effort getting Saquon on the ground. And sometimes even that's not enough, because when you think you've got him boxed, he'll just jump over your head. Oh yeah, even backwards. As a rookie with the Giants, he racked up over 2,000 scrimmage yards. Only one of 3 rookies in NFL history to ever do that, and won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then came Philadelphia. In 2024, Saquon authored one of the greatest single seasons by a running back in NFL history. He accounted for 36.6% of the Eagles' entire offense, broke LaShawn McCoy's franchise rushing record, and joined the rare club of players with 2,000-plus rushing yards in a season. By year's end, he piled up 2,283 scrimmage yards, won Offensive Player of the Year, and finished 3rd in MVP voting, a nearly impossible feat for a modern running back. But the playoffs were his masterpiece. He shredded the Rams for over 200 yards in the divisional round, scored 3 touchdowns in the NFC Championship, and then capped it off with a Super Bowl victory over the Kansas City Chiefs on his 28th birthday. Then, on March 4th, 2025, the Eagles handed Barkley a 2-year, $41.2 million contract extension with $36 million guaranteed, the richest deal for a running back in NFL history by a long shot. However, on the other side of the ball, a defensive end also recently signed a record-breaking contract, Myles Garrett. If you were designing the perfect edge defender in a lab, you'd end up with someone who looks a
What?
Look at him, bro.
What the hell, man?
Bro, how are people's bodies like this, bro?
This is
Seriously.
crazy. I think genetics is probably the main thing. You know,
No, that's scary, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
these men are blessed. They are blessed with great genes, bro. That's mad. I've never seen any, bro. Even in the UK, I've never seen a black person that's built like this, bro.
Never in my life. I can agree with you, bro.
I don't know, in America, like, bro, the way some of them are built, bro, it's just mad. You know, you can only find these type of people in America for some reason. You know, not in Europe.
Oh, freak.
It's mad.
lot like Garrett, 6'4", 272 pounds, with the
6'4".
muscle density of a heavyweight boxer. He's the rare athlete who looks like he
Mike,
could.
he's 6'4", and he's built like that, bro.
Hey, heavyweight boxers don't even look like that, bro. I don't even know what they're talking about.
Okay, look,
Maybe
like,
Anthony Joshua,
yeah,
but he's not even this big. So
Yeah.
he's even bigger than like this
No,
upper body wise, he's bigger.
Anthony Joshua's big though.
No, but his chest is bigger than Anthony Joshua's, bro.
How tall is Anthony Joshua? How tall is he?
Oh, like 6'6".
Okay.
6'6", yeah.
Yeah,
R.I.P. to Anthony Joshua's friends, man. Honestly.
yeah, that was terrible.
Dominate in just about any sport. And in football, he's turned that freakish build into pure destruction. Garrett has the full arsenal. He has the fastest get-off maybe ever. He can bull rush a lineman and collapse the pocket with sheer power. He can long arm a tackle, rip through with his hands, or just beat him with raw athleticism. And his absurd bend allows him to use his trademark ghost move, where he makes his body practically vanish under a block to slip past untouched. Offensive coordinators throw double teams and chips at him constantly, yet he still finds ways to wreck plays. In fact, in 2024, he led all edge rushers with a 29% double team rate, yet he still managed to put up 14 sacks, the second most in the league. From the moment the Browns took him with the #1 overall pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, Garrett has lived up to the hype. In fact, on his very first snap, he got a sack. Since then, he shattered the Browns' all-time sack record, piled up over 100 career sacks before age 30, and became the face of Cleveland's defense. By 2023, he'd already been to 6 Pro Bowls, named first-team All-Pro 4 times, and finally earned the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award. Myles Garrett isn't simply a pass rusher. He's a one-man natural disaster. And he recently signed a record-shattering 4-year, $160 million contract extension.
I was like, these contracts are insane as well.
Look at his legs.
You know, the contracts some of these NFL players be signing, it's mind-blowing.
60.
That's
4 years.
generational wealth.
If you look after it, man.
Yeah. You know.
Deal that averages $40 million per year. These guys aren't just athletes, stars, or even superhumans. They're freaks of nature. And as long as they're on the field, no one is truly safe. If you enjoyed this video, stick with Blitz. Subscribe and check out some of our other content right here.
Yeah, I think that's it. You know?
Great video, man. Really enjoyed it.
It's crazy how, you know, some of these NFL players are so athletic, so powerful, man. You know, it's insane. I can definitely see why, you know, Americans don't play about with their sport.
Their sport, bro.
Yeah, they find it disrespectful, you know, Mike, when we compare NFL to like rugby. It's
not the same sport at all.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we really appreciate every single one of you guys that's been showing love to the channel. Like I said in the beginning, man, if you want to see more NFL content or college football content, we'll be on the Patreon. I'll leave the link in the description. But yeah, that's it.